Harwell Mars Industries is a sci-fi economic strategy game set on the Red Planet, releasing on Steam in 2027. Your path to victory is deceptively simple. Accumulate wealth, outmaneuver your rivals, and buy out every competitor to establish a total monopoly. If you're new here, hello, I'm Caleb Holden, solo developer of Harwell Mars Industries, and this is the first in a series of dev diaries, taking a look under the hood of the game. It's great to have you here. Today we're looking at the building blocks of Harwell Mars Industries, and I'll be showcasing the implementation of various buildings, along with their resources and the code which makes them run. Please note that all of this is still a work in progress and could change before the final release. In Harwell Mars Industries, mining for resources is the first step to success. Firstly, this means that when starting out you will need to place your HQ carefully to maximise the resources available to you. But once that has been done, you will need to build to get ahead. Let's take a look at the buildings available and how they'll work. There are three types of buildings in Harwell Mars Industries: mining facilities for harvesting raw resources, factories for refining those resources into more advanced goods, and housing for your workers. Mining facilities are your corporation's backbone. At the minute there are 6 different resources dotted around the map: aluminium, carbon, copper, ice, iron and silicon, and each has its own mine you'll need to build on the square. The closer the resources are to your HQ, the more efficient your mine will be, which is why you'll need to be careful about where you start. The real levelling up comes from refining your resources further and selling them on the market. This is where factories come in. In-game right now are 5 different types of factory, each refining different resources into other more complex products that could be sold on the market for more profit, depending on demand obviously. The more factories you can sustain, the faster you can sell products on the market. Without workers, both factories and mines won't work. Alongside setting your wages, housing can help encourage your workers to move to your corporation. The market has been created to be as dynamic as possible. The game keeps track of supply, demand, and an elasticity factor, which controls how much demand affects the price. Each building can autonomously consume goods straight from the market, and if you don't have any goods stockpiled for them to build from, then they'll automatically buy them from the market at their current market price. Don't have any money? This will start racking up your debt. Don't worry though, there will be a button to manually disable this from happening automatically to avoid adding loads of credit against the company. Those buildings will then produce those goods right into your inventory. What you do with them is up to you. Stockpile to use them in buildings or construct new factories, or sell them at the market price. You'll have to choose your industry and building placement carefully. Your buildings won't run if there isn't profit to be made. Every in-game 10 minutes the buildings run their calculations. Part of these calculations is net profit. The game works out the profit of the building on the fly based on the revenue it's making from the market price of the output, minus the expenses incurred from the market price of the input. If the building's net profit works out to be negative, the building will temporarily halt production until it can make a profit again. Balancing both the market, your profits, and everything else can be a lot to manage. One way I've made this easier is via the tooltips. These tooltips will display live information of a building's construction cost based on the current market prices and its net profit to show you exactly what inputs a building takes and what it's going to produce. That's it for today's dev diary, unfortunately. Buildings are quite literally the building blocks of Harwell Mars Industries, and I'm excited to keep building on this system and tell you all about the rest of it. Join the Discord to catch up and talk everything Harwell Mars Industries. The link will be in the description below, and if you haven't already, make sure you wishlist it on Steam. Thanks for watching.